Go.
All right, this is my organizational communication project. We were supposed to pick a group that we were affiliated with. I just got a job at FedEx, so I picked FedEx. Due to the COVID-19 virus, the state of Ohio is projected to lose over 500,000 jobs. And during this time, I'm fortunate to be hired as an essential employee. I began my new job last week, and I've been able to observe their communications as a new hire. And from what I've seen, they have both positive and negative communication strategies. Okay, so these are my main points. This is what we will be going through for the rest of the presentation. We'll start off with who and what is FedEx. In the middle, we'll see how they're structured, and we'll end it off with what I think they can use, some strategies they can use to improve their communication. So FedEx started in 1973, and it's become one of the leading package delivery services. They deliver to over 220 countries and deliver around 3.6 million items a day. There's a self-directed work team, and they control a self-directed work team, and they have each of us having our own duties during our shift. So what that means is, like, a manager will come up to me and just tell me, you're on this dock today, and I'll just go, and basically for the next 5 hours, I just work by myself or with somebody that has been assigned with me for the rest of the shift. And our goal is to produce the highest number of boxes being loaded. So personally for me, I go at about 300 packages per hour, where I've been told that the average employee does around 160. That's just an example. And there's a definite division of labor there, where each of us have our own job, and it's evident that there's a hierarchy of power. And so, like, especially when I was being trained, there's two, like, business managers that train people, and their only job is to take new hires and basically start them, whereas a package handler trainer just takes you into your dock and just teaches you how to, like, make a wall out of boxes. And so, like I said, a package handler trainer, I was just assigned a mentor to guide me through the process. So, like, his name's Dan. He's a really cool dude. He just took me in, told me, you know, this is what you do. You keep this organized, keep this, and you'll be really good at your job. And honestly, by now, I've only worked 3 days, and he says that I'm already able to work by myself. So they also use chain networking to pass information from one worker to another. They also use a hotline each worker must call. And what that hotline is you call it, and a pre-recorded message of a lady comes up, and she just says, you know, Monday, this date, and then she'll say 8:30 to, you know, 3 o'clock or whatever. I work like 3 to 8 p.m. almost every day. They have also avoid social loafing by not allowing cell phones in the loading docks. Well, it's not mainly that. They actually used to allow you to have your cell phone to listen to music, but some boxes were being stolen by somebody working, so you're not allowed to have cell phones in the building anymore. Scheduling, they are the worst at scheduling. That was my only critique about the whole training process. They gave me a printed schedule with random shift titles and times given. And despite being given a printed schedule, I still needed to call the hotline to see if they changed the start time. And especially yesterday when I went into work, they told me that I didn't come in at the right time, that I wasn't working that day, but the paper they gave me definitely told me that we were all scheduled that day. They don't use technology. It's all printed out. It's all face-to-face. They tell you, and then even when they tell you the right times, they tell you that you should still call the hotline 10 minutes before your shift to see if you're there at the right time. They don't use new age technology. But they also have many strong areas of communication, such as their leaders relying job expectations and daily tasks. The first day I really noticed that, you know, my trainer specialist and my manager are always walking around and always telling you either tips, they're telling you, you know, what's, like, okay, I just said tips, but the best way to complete the job, the quickest way, you know, they tell you, like, oh, you need to go over here, somebody needs to get caught up, and then you can move back here. They're really good at directing you where to go and where you can be to make your day better and go by quicker. I'm very thankful to have this job in these questionable times, but being a new hire really allowed me to observe the communication strategies with an unbiased eye. And that's the end of my show.